this is Deb and Scott.
Hello.
From the Voice Recording Bootcamp. And Audacity has released an update recently, back in July. Audacity 2.1.1 with over 50 bug fixes and a few other new features. So we are going to take a look at the site.
And first thing we want you to know is that there's a bit of drama in Audacity land. The old place that you used to upload it from or download it from, sourceforge.net, there are rumors about it now including malware and spyware in the installs at sourceforge.net. So Audacity now has their own place to download, which is called audacityteam.org.
We're all nervous about clicking and downloading things from the internet, so
Right.
we can trust audacityteam.org. So let's take a look. All right, so first we're on this website. Should we jump straight to download and then take a look at the rest of the site?
Sure.
Since we started on this topic. So let's just follow the link that audacityteam.org is giving us. So we'll just click on that. And wow. So it takes us to a different site than sourceforge.net. It is now fosshub.com. So fosshub.com, I guess, is the approved Audacity developer site for download.
Yeah, always scary, but if they trust it, we trust it.
And what's neat is the download window popped up right away. So the weird thing about sourceforge.net was there were all these download buttons. In fact, can we just take a quick look at that? Do you mind?
Sure. Sounds
all right. So if I go back to searching Audacity and I go to sourceforge.net, there are all these different buttons that say download. And it was really freaky because it's like, which button is it? Because a lot of these are ads. There's this download now, which is actually for IBM Bluemix platform. There's download right here, which I think is the actual download, I think.
The downloader that could be that green button may also bundle up some other crazy stuff with it. So we don't know. So we're going back to the real Audacity site now.
I'll hit download one more time. Ooh, pops up. Awesome. Let's open up our Audacity folder here. This is for Windows. And look at how organized you are, Scott. My goodness.
Pretty cool.
So I think that's already downloaded. But before we take a look at that, let's just go back to the Audacity website and look around. Since you're using Audacity, we assume, since you're watching this video, then this is your main tool that you're using to record audio. So it's good to get to know it. Yeah. So we've got the home page. Recommend just looking around. Okay. See, over 50 bugs have been addressed with this release. Awesome. There's a new feature, scrubbing and seeking. There are updates to quick play, so we'll take a look at that. It's looking good. A new limiter, replacing the hard limiter. All right, let's take a look at About. So yeah, take some time, look through the About section. If all of this just makes your head want to explode, check out our classes, the Voice Recording Bootcamp, and how I set up and use Audacity the super easy way. The Help tab, very helpful. If you're having any sort of issues, check this out. See if anyone else is having that problem, because most likely they are.
The manuals are very good, by the way. Put the cookies in the oven. Take the cookies out of the oven, just like that. Just like on TV.
Continue. Next, finish, and let's go ahead and launch Audacity.
Be wild.
Woo! Awesome. So Scott here already has his levels here on the right. Ooh, and they're separate. That's really cool.
New thing.
Yeah. These are usually attached together and they're hidden up here.
What?
If yours is up there, all you have to do is grab it, drag it on over. So let's record a little something and see what these new features are. And we are recording some audio in stereo. Oh, that's unnecessary. Because, we're only using one mic. Anyway, let's check out scrubbing and seeking. So all you have to do is hit Control and left click once. And now you just move your mouse around and the playback will follow. If
That's unnecessary.
I hold it all the way to the right, then it will play back at normal speed. Otherwise, it should be a slow scrub. So, Scott, why might scrub be a cool feature for someone to use? Why might this be helpful?
If you're trying to find a pop or any certain place, like maybe you're trying to find a certain word, you can run around and just kind of scrub through it. Like, what's that big blob there in the middle? You can fine tune your edit points.
Stereo.
So that little blob is an S for stereo.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And to get out of scrub mode, just hit any other button. So I'm just hitting spacebar. And that takes me out of scrub mode. So Control click gets me into it. And then all I have to do is move my mouse around. Spacebar gets me out. I can also Control double click. So double click gives me even more control over how fast my scrubber's going.
It's also good for Halloween, I think. Spooky.
All right, so another feature is crossfade, and I have been eager to see how this works. In the past, Audacity has had the ability to fade in and fade out. So if you wanted to crossfade two tracks, like let's say you make an edit and you want it to sound smooth, you might have to have the fade in on this track, the fade out on this track, and they're just, layered together, and it's kind of cumbersome and just not efficient. So let's try out this new feature.
So there's our S of some. What did it say? Some audio and it's stereo or something like that? What were the words?
Some audio in stereo.
Okay, so we are recording some audio in stereo. Let's just make it say we are recording stereo. So we're going to start at that S of some.
So this is So a little bit over.
Yeah.
There we
let's
go.
Split and get rid of that middle section.
Excellent. So I'll go back to edit, clip boundaries, split, highlight this. I'm going to hit delete.
Yeah.
That
Now-
shuffled them together.
Now that might make kind of a harsh hit. Let's hear how it sounds.
We are recording stereo.
You're just too good. That's the problem. Okay. So a lot of times when you're joining two pieces, it's going to be kind of an abruptness to that edit. So if you really wanted to kind of schmooze it all, make it a nice little blur, that's where your crossfade is going to come in. And it's just going to help on some of those really tricky edits. So you choose your region that you want to blur.
And this is where zooming in will help you out a lot. All I had to do was hit Control and used a scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom in. We'll go to Effects, and back down to Crossfade Clips. Cool. So now that blended the two together, that smoothed out that edit.
Recording stereo.
It's like I never said some audio at all.
That's a nice feature. That's very exciting.
Yeah. So one other feature about the new Audacity has to do with Quick Play. And Quick Play is when you click on this region, the timeline at the top of your window here where you see my mouse moving. And the new feature is this line that appears. That didn't used to be there. So when you'd want to quickly play from a section of your audio, say here, and all I have to do is click on the timeline, it would start playing from there. It was hard to see where exactly it was going to play. So this line is very helpful. Now I can really zero that in right there on my waveform. Click.
That's unnecessary.
That's unnecessary, though.
I think it's very necessary. Thanks, Audacity. Well, those are the updates to Audacity that we're really excited about.
And remember to download it from the new place, audacityteam.org, so you don't get any weird toolbars or get your browser hijacked or whatever crazy things they're doing up there.
Yeah. All right, this is Deb and Scott from the Voice Recording Bootcamp. Make sure to check us out at the Voice Recording Bootcamp or How I Set Up and Use Audacity the Super Easy Way.
See you next time.
For more help on how to record yourself at home, check out our classes, the Voice Recording Bootcamp and How I Set Up and Use Audacity the Super Easy Way.
Do it now!